Ich freue mich sehr, hier neben mir sitzen Katie und Jules. Die Ting Tings sind hier bei uns zu Gast. First of all, welcome and it's a pleasure to have you here. Hi.
Hello.
How does it feel to be back in Germany and to be back on huge festivals?
It feels great. You know, we recorded half of our second album in Berlin. We lived there for a year. So we've got a slightly tiny bit more familiarity with Germany. Mein Deutsch is still scheiße, but I'm trying.
It sounds like Lady Gaga.
Scheiße.
I'm impressed with it. When we remember when you became big, when you had your breakthrough 4 years ago, and then after that you toured the world and everything seemed like this huge success for the Ting Tings, and I thought, okay, the next record is going to be there in 2 years, and they must feel like the kings of the world, and the energy must be overwhelming. But it took you 4 years, and I read it was quite a torture to release the album. So what happened?
We wanted to make an album that we loved and that was good, and you know, we toured for so long. I think with our band, we're a weird band because our music gets played on pop radio and stuff, but we're not the typical manufactured pop thing, or like the thing with the, you know, you get a lot of pop artists and they have this huge machine behind them, and we don't really. It's just me and Jules, and we're in a studio and we write and record everything ourselves. We make our own videos, and then we just give it to our label and go like, do your best. And that's kind of the only contact we have. And so when we released our music, I don't think anybody expected it to be as popular as it was, because it wasn't treated like this big pop phenomenon that was going to go all around the world. So kind of consequently of that, it was like every country found us at different times, which is amazing because it means they're finding you naturally. No one's forcing it on them. You're not marketed to these people. They're just discovering you.
You said something like you didn't want to record an album that people should listen to from, you know, first song to the last song, like albums, you know, like 10 years ago how people listen to albums. It should be a modern approach to an album. So if I listen to your new album on shuffle all the time, that would be okay for you as artists? Because most artists hate that function.
No, it's not okay. There's no rules anymore. I think that the music industry has changed so much because of the digital age. I think if you're honest, and I'm honest, you can't make that judgment anymore like they used to in the 70s and 80s, possibly. I don't think it's right to do that. If you're sitting now in front of me, and are you such a traditionalist that when you leave me and you want to listen to music, you get vinyl and you listen to the whole thing? No, I don't think you do that. I think you listen to music in your MP3 player or on radio, you hear a chat, you Shazam it, you want to know what it is, immediately you can download it for 50 cents or whatever the rate is in Germany, and you collect music now so randomly.
Something I love to talk about is Berlin. It was a little bit surprising for me that after this, I guess, crazy tour you've been on, you didn't go home.
Yeah, it was a bit stupid.
Moved to Berlin.
Yeah.
Why?
Where we came from in Manchester was this old cotton mill that had like lots of artists and musicians and clothes designers, all those kind of people living and working there. And we lived there for like 4 years before the Ting Tings, and as the Ting Tings got going. And we knew we couldn't go back there because that place was so inspiring to us and has so many friends and was such like an honest moment in our lives that we'd feel like fake, kind of going back 3 years later going, oh, hello everybody, you know, let's throw the same house parties that were cool 3 years ago and pretend we're still in that place. So what was interesting for us was that we'd been to Berlin a few times, and a lot of the artists from this like art collective in Manchester would go to Berlin to do residencies. So we knew artists that were already there. We'd been out visiting our friends that were artists when they were doing residencies in Berlin. So we thought it would be an interesting place. But I think we probably should have gone home to our families and like come back down to earth, because we had a terrible like 3 months when we first got to Berlin where, you know, we'd been literally on long haul flights every day for 2.5 years, and you're just trying to get back down to earth and you can't. You just think like normality is so boring and so weird, and so it took 3 months, but we did come down to earth.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.